Welcome to Mini Stories, where we'll be listening to Reddit stories. Am I the asshole for not housing my brother's mistress? My brother, 51 male, his mistress, 47 female, niece, 1. Backstory, my brother had an affair on his wife. They have 5 kids. After quitting his job and they moved in with his in-laws. My brother's mistress got pregnant. She decided to quit her job. She was evicted from her previous rental, leaving my niece homeless. My brother's wife decided to try and work things out. I ended having a lot of family pressure to allow my brother's mistress and my niece move into my rental, to try and create a stable environment for my niece. Eventually I agreed to allow them to move in with a couple of conditions. Pay $500 each month. Most of it goes to the cost of the utilities. No dogs. The mistress quickly agreed, since the rent is extremely cheap, and let us know she will be starting her new job soon. The first month I received half the rent. Then the last 5 months nothing at all. It's become a burden for me to keep them there. I am working additional hours to cover the expenses. My brother's mistress never went to work. I have tried and tried to talk to them, trying to work things out. It's going nowhere. I gave his mistress a 30-day notice to move. During that time I found out she is pregnant with baby number 2. My brother's wife kicked him out and he moved into my rental with his mistress. They didn't leave after the 30 days. They ignored my attempts to talk to them. So I served a 5-day notice. Still no reply. So I went to the court and filed for an eviction. Since they were served, my phone has not stopped. Just about every family member has called upset. My dad told me to finish it. He feels like my brother needs to man up and take care of his kids, both from his wife and mistress. My dad told me to put my kids first. My mom, however, is livid. She told me that I would be responsible if my niece and the new baby will be taken away from CPS. She said my kids are old enough to understand mommy working extra hours in the name of supporting family. She feels like I should continue working overtime and paying for their expenses until the new baby arrives in 7 months. Am I the asshole for kicking my brother's pregnant mistress to the curb? Verdict: not the asshole. Update number 1. To answer a couple of questions. Yes, she is pregnant. I was there at the ER when the doctor told her. I also found out she wasn't using any birth control. As of right now, the court date is Monday morning. I should find out there if the judge will allow additional time for them to stay. In most cases it's 72 hours. Unless I drop it or allow more time. Last, my husband and I have talked about taking the babies into our home. Just them. It's a major change for our kids. We feel like it's something we need more time to decide. Update number 2. My mom showed up to my house tonight. It's quiet the drive. She has been crying. I invited her in to have dinner with me and my kids. After my kids left with my husband trick-or-treating, she tried again to allow my brother to stay. She said with their health they couldn't allow them to stay in their home. I told her that I feel like I am enabling my brother to not take responsibility for all his children. I told her I am tired of working nonstop for someone who is more than capable of working. She left sad. I will see my brother for the first time since he was served tomorrow at court. It will be interesting for sure. I am a little heartbroken, but it needs to happen. My hope is the judge doesn't extend the time they have in my rental. I feel like it will just make things harder. Update number 3. Okay, so I went to court today. My brother and his mistress didn't show up. The judge did a good job. She ruled in my favor. My brother has to be out by Saturday. If he is not, the constable can remove him and his mistress on Monday morning once the courts open up. Everything was going good until my husband asked the judge if we are responsible to notify my brother of the ruling since he was not there. The judge said we could pay for the constable to deliver a copy of the ruling today. I gave the constable all the info, including when both my brother and mistress would be home. After I left the court and I got a call from my parents, both on the line. I told my mom the constable will deliver the court's ruling to my brother to give them the maximum time to prepare to move. My mom was dead silent. My dad burst into laughter. I was then informed the reason my brother and his mistress did come to court was they had outstanding warrants I knew nothing about. So there is a good chance they will be arrested today. I can't enter the rental until next Monday. I will update then. If I am present when they go to remove my brother and his mistress. I was told today if they are not gone they will have 15 minutes to gather whatever before they are removed by the police. Update in comments. Here is the update for this week. We along with the constable showed up to the property. He told them they had 15 minutes to grab whatever and leave. My brother went off. I sat in the car. My brother started threatening me. I have never seen him act so horrible. I just sat in the car not replying. Then he just started smoking. Not packing anything. His mistress was screaming from the house saying, "You told me I would never have to move. You told me your sister wouldn't evict me." The last month. My brother slammed the door in the constable's face and locked it and refused to leave. At that time additional police were called out. My brother's response was yelling he was going to knock me out. He has a gun and will use it on me. Again, he has never treated me this way. So the police asked me to leave and go get lunch. In hopes they could calm him down. Nope. It didn't work. They had to knock the front door in. They gave his mistress 35 minutes to pack things. She didn't, she just sat in their car mad. We changed the locks and cleaned open food up. Then on Tuesday, I got a call from the constable saying they needed to get an inhaler. I am not required to give them medicine. I am required to give them their identification. However, I drove 4 hours back. Loaded all medicines in a box. Put all important papers, photos in another box. Told the constable I was ready. They showed up quickly. He handed them the boxes and they had another meltdown. Calling names, more threats. Because they wanted to go into the house. I was told to set up secret cameras and they were watching me and know I touched their stuff. The constable told them it was illegal to secretly record on private property and they could go to jail for 2 to 10 years. Then my brother started walking towards the constable in an aggressive manner. So I called the police. My brother told them to arrest me. The police told him I wasn't the one going to jail. His mistress took the boxes and left while yelling. I know I have to see them again, but I am thinking about filing a restraining order against them. The police recommended I do that. Question about hard living versus vandalism. So I have a rental property. I am at the end of an eviction of my brother and his mistress. I was told by family that they ripped doors off the hinges. From them slamming them, some doors are broken. Cut blind cords, small kids not being watched, nail polish all over the hard floors and carpets, so on. I won't be able to see the property until Monday. To assess all the damages. I was wondering what constitutes hard living versus vandalism. Is it worth the trouble for my insurance company to come out? Since it's an eviction, I don't see them paying for any of the damages themselves. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe.